Am I the asshole for opening my husband's safe with a crowbar to get money for an emergency? Yes. How much of an emergency can it be? My question might seem stupid, but like, hey, we're talking about like so urgent that you'd be fine breaking a safe for it. Unless your husband makes sure that you do not have any money, I'd say yes. And I read the first sentence and I'm like, oof, maybe it's one of those toxic relationships where money basically goes only in one hands. Am I the so yeah, we read that part. I, female 31. I'm a stay-at-home mom with 2 kids. My husband dedicates most of his salary toward the kids in the household, but has a safe that he puts money in for on a monthly basis. He didn't make a fuss over it because he said that it saved money for an emergency. Asked for the password countless of time, but he refused to give it to me and said that in case of emergency, all I need to do was inform it. Okay, that's fair. That's problematic, like to some point, but he does not like say that it does not gonna work. It is not gonna work. So he went for a 2 days business trip. I don't like the fact that he has money on the side like that. And actually she does not have access to it. It feels problematic. It feels like he has something to hide. On a 2-day business trip, our son got sick and I had to take him to the hospital. The problem is he needed medication, but I didn't have any money except for what was in the safe. I called my husband, but he didn't respond. I texted him explaining the situation, but he refused to cut his trip short and come home. I asked how I was supposed to get money for medication. He suggested that I either A, wait for him till he get home, or B, borrow money from the neighbor. I just had it. I hung up and went to the garage, grabbed a crowbar, then took it to the safe and opened it. I took the money I needed, which was about $60. So for $60, she probably like broke $60 worth of safe, and went to the pharmacy store to get the medication. My husband came home a little earlier, and when he saw that what I had done to the safe, he flipped out and started freaking out at me. He said I had no choice. I said I had no choice, and all suggestions were unreasonable and illogical for me to even consider. He yelled saying I breached his trust and his boundaries and should have never touched the safe, much less used the crowbar on it. We had a big argument, and he kept saying that I had no respect for him, his income, and instructions. She's not your thing. Okay. Out of if, and I know this could be arguable, okay? Out of if he pays you literally to be his wife, you are not supposed to be under him, even if he brings the money. Like, if he's the only one working, bringing the money for the family, this is the family's money, the family's trust, not his. Then he completely refused to speak to me and is threatening to move the safe since he no longer trusts me around. Was I in the wrong for the steps I took? Should I have tried another alternative? I didn't have any credit card because he's the one that normally has them since they're in his name. You should at least have your access to like any card that gives you access to the money that your family has. Like, we have a few, count me and my wife, but we have one that's basically like our emergency fund, and we both have access to it. We both could take money out of it, and we both can put money into it. So if shit happens, she can get access to that money. Like, our safe money is a common safe. It's not like I hide that money from her in that place so that she cannot have access to it. It's so stupid. If you are a sole breadwinner in your household, that money that you are earning is not solely yours. It's your family's money. It's made to pay for the stuff your family needs. How dumb. Not even like able to like compute how someone could make sense out of these kind of decisions. This is financial abuse, exactly as we said a little earlier. This should not be something that can happen. At that point, totally absurd. Totally absurd. Even if it was not for a sick child, the fact that she does not have a single penny for herself and that she cannot like get any freedom if need be is problematic. The speech he gives also seemed like he's an entitled weird maniac, a country like there. That's very flashy red flags there, to say the very least. I wonder what the kid had if it couldn't wait one day for the husband to come back. I don't know what the kid had, but no matter what the kid had, like one day more, one day less, it's not even a part of the question. The thing here is that he's guilt tripping her because she went to get money for her own kid. How does this make sense? Like, figure out having to go to your neighbor to ask for money while that money exists in your house. Like, you're like, yeah, I got money in my safe, but like at the moment I kind of need 60 because my son is sick and I don't have access to my own safe, to the safe that contains the money of the sole breadwinner of my household. This is financial abuse, no doubt. This is like straight financial abuse.